If a man was brought up by a father who physically harmed him, he might not be in a good way now that he is an adult. He might not even remember what took place, let alone have started to work through his wounds. And this will show that his mind, way back, blocked out what took place in order for him to handle what took place. And so if he was to think about his father, he may even have a positive view of him, or he might not be able to remember much. His father might not be alive, or he may be alive, he may be in his life, or he may be estranged. And although his father would have greatly undermined him, it could be said that he would have emasculated him. It doesn't mean that his father was in his power. I mean, of course, if a father was to do this to a child, it's quite clear that he is not in a good way. And although his father was harming him and perhaps was putting him down on a daily basis, this same person may have also been dominated by others, perhaps even by his wife or partner, so the son's mother. And what this means is that this was someone who was emasculating his son. And this was also someone who was also emasculated himself. And so perhaps if his wife was dominating him, he would have been walked over by her. Perhaps he would have been walked over by people at work. And many, many years ago, he may have also have been emasculated by his father. And so what was done to him, he did to the next generation. And at this point, it can be hard to understand how someone could go through something so brutal and then do the same thing to his own son. And on one level, this doesn't make any sense. But when there is a deeper understanding of the impact that trauma has on someone, then it will start to make more sense. Most likely, if this did happen to his father, so his father was brutalized by his own dad, then he would have disconnected and repressed what took place. And then the years would have gone by and this pain would have stayed within him. He may have also formed a very idealistic view of his father. And then when his son was born and the years went by, and his son perhaps did things that he didn't like, or did things that his son's mother didn't like, so his wife or partner, then this rage and this anger and this hate would have caused him to harm his son. And he may have rationalized his behavior. So he may have said that he was doing it for his own good, or disciplining him and doing what he had to do. But deep down, he would have been engaging in indirect revenge. And of course, as his son was smaller, he would have felt safe enough to engage in this behavior. And this is then why he would have allowed his wife and other people to dominate him, because on some level he would not have felt safe standing up to these people. And this may also mean that if his wife did dominate him, perhaps his mother or a sister who was older than him also dominated him when he was younger. So there's obviously more to it than this, but this shows how abuse is passed on from one generation to the next. But the main thing is that if you're a man and you can relate to this, the main thing is that you realise that what took place wasn't your fault. You didn't deserve to be harmed by your father. You didn't deserve to be treated like you were nothing. And now it's in your hands to reach out for the assistance and the support that you need to gradually become a whole human being, to reintegrate your aggression, to get back in touch with your body, so you can be a strong and powerful man, so that you can feel grounded and embodied. So if you can relate to this, please don't suffer in silence and reach out for the assistance that you need to gradually change your life. If you would like to find out more about the services that I offer, please go to www.oliverjrcooper.co.uk or email me at info@oliverjrcooper.co.uk, and I'm looking forward to assisting you on your journey.